A new manager, new system, new Chelsea. But our first test is a West London derby against Fulham, the same team that beat us at the Craven Cottage last year. So can Kopama, Rogers, João Pedro fire us to a perfect start under Xabi Alonso? Or will Fulham spoil the party again? We have a lot to break down, but before we dive into it, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. If you have been following me for a while, you know that. Help your boy get to that 10k subscriber mark. Let's dive into it. There's no better way to start a Premier League era than with a West London derby. Monday night, Chelsea will travel to Craven Cottage to face Fulham in an opening game of the 2026-27 Premier League season. And honestly, this isn't just another opening game. For us Chelsea fans, this is the first real test of the Xabi Alonso era. New manager, new system, new signing, completely different tactical idea. And hopefully, a completely different Chelsea. Because after finishing 10th last season, we can't sit here and pretend everything is fine. It wasn't. We struggled for consistency, we struggled defensively, we struggled in games we are expected to dominate. And now Alonso has arrived with a very simple job: make Chelsea look like a serious football team again. Standing in our way is Fulham, who are also starting a new chapter under Álvaro Arbeloa. And yes, the man on the touchline is someone Alonso actually knows very well. They were teammates during the playing days. Now they meet as managers in a Premier League derby. Football really loves storyline, but once the whistle blows, friendship goes out of the window. Fulham wants to ruin our night and we want to ruin theirs. So let's break down exactly how this game could be won or lost. Let's start with the biggest story. Alonso is officially the Chelsea manager, and that immediately changes the expectation. Alonso isn't coming here to simply make Chelsea slightly better. He's coming here to build a team with a clear identity. The big tactical change we have seen is the move towards a 3-4-2-1 structure. Now, formations on paper can sometimes be a little bit misleading. You can write a 3-4-2-1 on the team sheet, but once the game starts, it can become a 3-2-5 or a 4-4-3 or even something completely different. But the main idea is clear. Alonso wants Chelsea to control the middle, create overload around the box, and use the wing back to provide width. And this is where our attacking talent becomes very interesting. Kopama and Rogers are expected to operate behind João Pedro. That gives us three players who can constantly move around. João Pedro doesn't have to stand between the two centre backs for 90 minutes. He can drop into the midfield. Kopama can drift into right half spaces. Rogers can move left, right, or through the middle. And when players move, another player can attack the space. That's the whole point. We don't want static football. We want defenders constantly asking themselves, who am I supposed to follow? If Fulham get that wrong, we punish them. Exactly because their defensive situation isn't exactly ideal. Fulham has a centre-back problem. Fulham are also entering a new era. Silva is gone after 5 years and Álvaro Arbeloa is now in charge. Arbeloa is an interesting appointment. He knows the Spanish game very well. He has experience developing young players. But this is a different challenge. The Premier League doesn't care about your CV. You can have all the coaching idea in the world, then you arrive at Craven Cottage on Monday night, and suddenly Kopama is running at you. Welcome to England. Fulham also has an immediate problem. Joachim Andersen is suspended, and that matters. Andersen isn't just another centre-back. He's an experienced Premier League defender and an important organizer. Fulham also sold Isadia. So against Chelsea, they could have Kevin Bassey and Jorge Cuenca forming the centre-back partnership. And this is exactly where I think Alonso will look to attack. Because Chelsea front three can cause problems in different ways. João Pedro can drop, Kopama can find pockets, Rogers can attack spaces. And if Bassey or Cuenca follows João Pedro too aggressively, we could suddenly have Rogers and Palmer running into the space behind them. This is one of the biggest tactical battles of the entire game, and João Pedro could be key. But let's talk about João Pedro, because the preseason has given us plenty of reasons to be excited. 7 goals in 6 matches is ridiculous form for a player entering a new season. And his 2 goals performance against Real Sociedad showed exactly why Xabi Alonso could trust him as the number 9. But his importance isn't just about goals. His movement could be key in unlocking Fulham. Imagine this: João Pedro drops into midfield. One Fulham centre-back has to decide whether to follow him. If he follows, there is space behind him. If he stays back, João Pedro receives the ball between the line. Either way, Chelsea have a problem for Fulham, and then you add Kopama. Good luck. Kopama doesn't need 5 chances to become dangerous. He just needs one small pocket of space. And Morgan Rogers gives us another player who can attack that same space. And this is why I'm really interested in the Cole Palmer-Morgan Rogers partnership. We paid a British record of £170 million for Morgan Rogers. And that price alone tells you the expectation. But I don't think Alonso wants him simply standing out wide and crossing the ball into the box. He wants Cole Palmer closer to goal. He wants him attacking from the inside. He wants him arriving late. And most importantly, he wants him combining with Cole Palmer. That could become one of the most dangerous attacking partnership in the league if everything clicks. The other part of Alonso's system is width. That means Pedro Neto and Marco Palestra has massive responsibility. When Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers moves inside, someone has to stretch the pitch, and that's where the wing backs comes in. Pedro Neto on one side, Palestra on the other. The positioning could force Fulham fullbacks into uncomfortable decisions. If they stay narrow, the wing backs are free. If they move out, spaces open centrally for Palmer and Rogers. Again, it becomes a numbers game, and this is exactly why Alonso's system is difficult to defend if it works. You can't cover everything, but there is also a warning. Because those aggressive wing backs can become a problem for us defensively, and Fulham knows that. Let's not get carried away. Chelsea have weakness, and Fulham are good enough to expose them. One of the biggest concerns from the preseason was our defensive transition. Consider the 11 goals across 6 friendlies. This is not exactly the kind of numbers that makes a defensive coach sleep peacefully. Alonso wants our wing back high, but when wing backs are high, there is spaces behind them. Fulham will look to attack that space quickly. Antoine Robinson is particularly dangerous here. He's fast, very fast. And if Pedro Neto is caught up on the pitch, Fulham can immediately switch the ball towards Robinson. That forces our right-sided centre-back, likely Reece James, into a difficult position. Does James go wide? Does he stay central? Does someone from the midfield cover? This little decision can decide matches. And Fulham will try to make us make the wrong one. This is another interesting tactical decision. Reece James is expected to operate as a right-sided centre-back. For some Chelsea fans, that sounds strange, but actually, it makes sense. James has the passing ability to play from deeper areas. He can step into the midfield, he can switch play, he can defend wide areas, and most importantly, he can help Chelsea build from the back. If Fulham presses our centre-back, Reece James can carry the ball forward and break the first line. But there is one concern. Fulham could deliberately drag him into wide areas. If Robinson or another Fulham attacker pulls Reece James away from the centre, Chelsea could become vulnerable centrally. And this is where Maxence Lacroix becomes important. The new signing will have to provide the stability in the middle, while James and Cole will handle the wider spaces. For a new defensive structure, that is a lot of responsibility. But this is exactly why we need to see whether Xabi Alonso's idea actually works when the Premier League starts getting serious. Now, and if you ask me where this game could be decided, I would say the midfield. Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez are expected to start together. And when those two are their best, we have one of the best midfield combination in the Premier League. Caicedo gives us the defensive work, he covers space, he wins the ball, protects defense. Enzo gives us progression, switch play, can find runners, can break line with his passing. But Fulham has their own midfield pairing in Sander Berge and Alex Iwobi. And don't underestimate Iwobi, we know what he can do. He's comfortably receiving the ball under pressure and carrying it forward. Sander Berge brings the physical side. So the question is, can Chelsea control the ball without leaving themselves exposed? Alonso wants us to use possession to control the game. But possession isn't enough, we need to use it properly. If Enzo can receive the ball and turn, Chelsea can immediately attack Fulham backline. If Fulham can stop him from turning, they can force Chelsea into slower sideways passes. And that will suit Fulham. They don't want us to play quickly through the lines, they want us frustrated. They want us moving the ball from side to side. Then they want one bad pass. And once that one bad pass comes, they can run. Fulham has also changed the attack. Harry Wilson is gone, Raul Jimenez is gone, and Albelo has brought in Gonzalo Garcia from Real Madrid to become the focal point of attack. And this is another fascinating battle. Garcia isn't coming into this team just to score goals. He can also act as a first trigger for Fulham press. If Chelsea try to build from the back, Garcia will be looking to force our centre-backs towards one side. Then Fulham midfielders can step up. And this is exactly why our first 15 to 20 minutes is very important. If we handle Fulham press early, we could settle into the game. If we keep giving the ball away cheaply, Fulham will smell blood. And let's be honest, Chelsea fans have seen this movie before. we don't need another episode. One of the ugly statistics from last season is that Chelsea conceded the opening goal in 68% of our away league games. That is horrible. There's no nice way to describe it. We're basically giving ourselves extra work before the game had properly started. And against Fulham at Craven Cottage, this is dangerous. Because once the home team scores first in a debut, the atmosphere changes. The crowd gets louder, every tackle feels bigger, every Chelsea mistake gets a reaction. And suddenly Fulham are playing with confidence. So Alonso has to make sure Chelsea start aggressively, but intelligently. We don't need to sprint around like headless chicken. We need to control aggression, press when the trigger is there, keep our defensive shape, and don't give Fulham cheap opportunities. This is where I expect the game to become interesting. Chelsea will probably try to create a 5-man attacking line. The 3 centre-backs provide the base, Caicedo and Enzo control the middle, the wing-backs push high, Morgan Rogers and Palmer move into half spaces, João Pedro moves between the line or stays high. The idea is to create many problems for Fulham. If their midfield stays narrow, our wing-backs get space. If their full-backs move out, Morgan Rogers and Palmer get space. If their centre-back steps forward, João Pedro can drag them away. And if everyone stays deep, then we have to be patient and move around them. And this is why I don't think Chelsea should panic if Fulham sit back. We have enough technical quality to break them. The important thing is movement. Movement creates gap, standing still creates nothing. And this is probably the part Chelsea will be careful about the most. Chelsea can't simply attack and then hope Caicedo cleans up everything. We need a proper defensive structure. When we lose the ball, the first press will be massive. Can Palmer and Rogers press immediately? Can João Pedro block the passing lanes into the midfield? Can Caicedo and Enzo step forward without leaving centre-back exposed? If we win the ball quickly, Fulham won't have time to counter. If we don't, we could have Neto and Palestra racing towards their own goal. And nobody wants to see that too often, especially against Antoine Robertson. There is also a personal battle I'll be watching closely. Palmer has a good record against Fulham and has constantly managed to get a shot away against them. But the bigger question isn't simply how Palmer scores, it's how Fulham defends him. I expect them to try to crowd the space, probably one midfield staying close while the fullback narrows inside. This could actually help Chelsea, because if Fulham dedicate 2 players to Palmer, someone else is free, and that's where Rogers comes in. This is why the Morgan Rogers signing could be very important. Chelsea don't need Palmer doing everything. For far too long, we have had situations where the opposition basically knows, stop Palmer, stop Chelsea. Now we have another major attacking threat, and that changes everything. Another advantage we have is depth. This squad is built for competition for places. Even if the starting 11 struggles, Alonso has option. And Welbeck gives us experience and physicality, and depending on who is available, Alonso can change the shape during the match. That is important for an opening day game, because the first 60 minutes could be tactical. Final 30 minutes could come down to who has more energy and quality. If Fulham defenders are tired and João Pedro, Palmer are still running at them, that is where Chelsea could win the game. Anderson's suspension could end up being one of the biggest factors. Fulham aren't just losing a defender, they are losing experience, they are losing organization, and they are losing someone who knows how to deal with Premier League attackers. Chelsea could test that immediately. Crosses, cutbacks, quick combinations, balls into João Pedro, Rogers running beyond, Palmer arriving around the box. Don't allow Fulham get comfortable, make their defenders make decisions. That's where mistake happens. Historically, Chelsea have dominated this fixture. We have won 17 of the last 28 Premier League meetings between the club, while Fulham has just won 3. We have also won 6 of our last 8 visits to Craven Cottage. On paper, Chelsea should be favourites, but football don't care about history. And Fulham already proved that last season. They beat Chelsea 2-1 at Craven Cottage in January. That match was heavily influenced by Makukureya's red card, but the results still count. And Fulham would love nothing more than a back-to-back home wins over Chelsea. So we cannot walk into this game thinking we are entitled to 3 points. We aren't. So what do I think happens? I think this game will be difficult. I don't expect Chelsea to completely dominate from the first minute. We are learning a new system, we are starting a new era. Some of these players are still learning how Alonso wants them to play. Fulham will have moments, they'll probably get chances on counter, they could even score. But I believe Chelsea have too much attacking qualities. Palmer, Morgan Rogers, João Pedro, Neto, and then the quality we can bring off the bench. If our midfield control the game and our defensive transitions are good enough, I think we win. And I'm going with a Fulham 1, Chelsea 2. But regardless of the final score, this game is about more than 3 points. This is the first we look at what Xabi Alonso's Chelsea is going to become. For the first time, we get to see the squad in a competitive Premier League game, under a manager with a very clear tactical identity. Can the wing-backs give us width without exposing us? Can Caicedo and Enzo control the game consistently? Can Palmer and Rogers develop into a devastating attacking partnership? And perhaps the biggest question of them all, can Alonso turn Chelsea into a team that scares opponents? Because this is what I want to see. I don't just want Chelsea to win games. I want teams to see Chelsea on the fixture list and think, yeah, this is going to be a long night. We haven't had enough of that recently. And this is why Monday matters. Fulham isn't just our first opponent. They are the first real test of the new Chelsea. A new manager, a new system, new players, new expectation, and hopefully, new mentality. With that said, that's the end of the video, my friends. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. You go be.